I started here as an NQT. It was my first job interview. I came here and was offered a job, classroom teacher, accepted it. And then second year in, so old-fashioned NQT, but early career, I was had the opportunity to go for Key Stage 3 coordinator, and I got that. So I did that for a couple of years. And then again, Key Stage 4, then moved into lead of English at a site, because at that point we were in 2 sites. When this lovely building was being built, we were in porta cabins out there in the playground, and I was leading the Key Stage 3 here, and year 10 and 11s were actually at Royal Hill, so the teams never met for a year. We essentially taught in 2 schools, so I was leading on this side and the head of English was teaching on the other side. And then after that it was second in department, and then I trained to be lead practitioner, was given that opportunity, trained that for a year while I was doing second, and then became lead practitioner. Did that whole school, was really, really nice to be part of the teaching and learning team, really reminded me of what I wanted to do, the direction I wanted to take in my career. So that was great, working with sort of the senior leadership team in everything that matters about teaching and learning, and also keeping my foot in English. And then a bit of an opportunity arose. I take it as an opportunity now that the head of English left, and we were having a bit of a restructuring as well, and the deputy director of English role came up, and I took that opportunity. Did that for 3 years through the COVID years as well, which was challenging in many different ways. And then from there I then went for associate assistant here, and then the permanent role of assistant head teaching and learning. So that's been my sort of journey all the way through. Lots of different teams, if I want to say, different SLT teams, different headships, different English team, but some amazing people who helped me grow. It's been fantastic, actually, a really interesting journey. When I wanted to move into senior leadership, I had a lot of support from other senior leaders in terms of that coaching, informal coaching, sort of what to expect in that role. So that was really nice. And I think the gradual aspect of moving for me was really helpful, because for me it was a balance between work and home life. So for me that was really important. I was given the flexibility to do part-time, so I was 3 days working for a while when I had my second, and doing lead practitioner. So that was really nice. I didn't have to give up a role in order to choose between work and home. It was about finding a blend that worked for both the school and for me. Although we are part of an academy, we're still very much a community school. We still have community links. Our librarian does fantastic work with the community, and I think that's what's kept me here, knowing and seeing the impact of great teaching has on these students. What's kept me here is also the fact that I believe in the vision of what we want. We want to bring the best out of every single child. We want to open every single opportunity, not just academic, but pastoral, but life, you know, for them to go out into the world and really see that they can succeed in whatever they choose to, and have a go at doing those different things. So that's what's kept me here. And also the people I work with. I've had fantastic opportunity to work with some really, really great people within the English department, but also across the school. And I'm talking people from the support staff all the way up. So it's when you have fantastic people that you are willing to come through the Blackwall Tunnel and work in a school where sometimes you look at the traffic and you think, why am I doing this to myself? I mean, one of the things that I absolutely loved was the year 6, the year 7 intake interviews that I was doing. I had an ex-student look-alike brother, and I was like, I know you look just like someone I taught. It was 8 years ago, I taught his older brother. And then when I went to him and I was like, you had a brother here? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, is it him? And he's a footballer now, or well-known footballer, local team. And then I spoke to his mum and she was like, yeah, Ms Begum, I'll tell him, he knows, he remembers you. And it was that. And then her comment was, we need teachers like you who know the history of the school, who know the changes. Obviously, she's very much aware of the changes the school has gone through, but she was she valued that as well, and I think that's really important for a school like ours, where we remember the history, we remember the journey, we remember that that's the connection to our older students, as well as the new teachers, the new insight that we bring as well. But it's nice to have a blend because it ties them to I knew I was connected to. It's why we have Remembrance of Stephen Lawrence. It's why we have, when one of our students do really well, we advertise it, we promote it, we celebrate it, that, you know, they've gone into this field or they've gone into this university. And I think that's really important. That's why I love the banners around the building of, you know, these students went to this university, or this student went to America and was doing basketball there, and it's just fantastic to have that. I think that's really important. That's part of the history, the student history, as much as the staff history, as much as the history of being here for hundreds of years.